campervans are getting expensive. Really expensive? You start shopping for a small van you can actually drive, park, sleep in, and maybe take across the country, and suddenly everything looks like a luxury sprinter build with a price tag that could buy a small house in some towns. But here's the good news. You do not have to spend $200,000 to get into van camping, especially if you're a senior who cares more about comfort, easy driving, simple systems, and not climbing around like you retraining for a gymnastics competition. So today we were counting down 5 cheap campervan options for seniors that actually make sense. Some are real factory Class B campervans. Some are minivan camper setups, and one might be the smartest budget pick if you already own a reliable van. Before we start, drop your travel style in the comments. Are you doing weekend trips, national parks, snowbird travel, or just trying to avoid overpriced hotels? And don't skip number 1, because it might be the best balance of size, comfort, bathroom access, and senior-friendly usability. At number 5, the Freeway Camper Kit Minivan Build. This is the cheapest path on the list if you already own the right minivan. Instead of buying a full RV, you take something like a Toyota Sienna, Honda Odyssey, Chrysler Pacific, Dodge Grand Caravan, or Ford Transit Connect, and add a removable camper kit. Freeway lists model-specific complete kits for several minivans around the $599 to $5,799 range, with simpler universal bed setups starting much lower. And for a lot of seniors, that makes a ton of sense. You already get the easy driving position, normal service, good visibility, lower fuel cost, and a vehicle that does not feel terrifying in a grocery store parking lot. The big senior-friendly advantage is simplicity. You are not learning a big RV. You are not dealing with a huge roofline. You are not worrying about a diesel Sprinter repair bill in the middle of nowhere. You are basically camping out of a normal minivan. That is perfect for solo travelers, couples who pack light, and anyone who wants to test campervan life before spending serious money. But here's the downside. This is not a full motorhome. You usually do not get standing room. You do not get a real indoor bathroom. You may be cooking out the back hatch. And if getting in and out of a low bed is difficult, you need to test that before buying. So this is best for seniors who are still fairly mobile, travel light, and want the cheapest possible way to sleep comfortably on the road. If you need a shower, toilet, furnace, air conditioning, and full RV systems, keep watching. Because number 4 is still small and affordable, but feels more like a classic pop-top camper. At number 4, the Recon Campers ENVI. This one is interesting because it is tiny, clever, and very senior-friendly in the right situation. The Envy was built around the Nissan NV200, which is a small van that feels much closer to a city vehicle than a big RV. Recon describes it as a compact camper that can fit in a garage, work as a daily driver, and still offer a classic VW-style camper layout. The NV package has been listed from $35,950, but that price does not include the base vehicle, and Recon currently says ENVI campers are sold out with a new camper release planned for fall 2026. So why include it? Because used ones can be a great fit for seniors who want something small enough to manage every day. Get a pop top for extra room, a rear seat that folds into a bed, and a simple layout that does not feel overwhelming. For seniors who are intimidated by 21-foot Class B vans, this type of camper is a lot less stressful. The parking is easier. The driving is easier. The fuel use should be easier to live with, and you can use it for normal errands when you are not camping. But there are 2 big warnings. First, availability is limited. You are probably shopping used, and condition matters more than the badge on the side. Second, a pop-top sounds fun until you have to raise it, close it, and deal with it in bad weather. So if shoulder strength, balance, or climbing into an upper bunk is a concern, do not buy one just because it looks cute online. This is best for seniors who want a tiny camper, travel mostly in mild weather, and do not need a built-in wet bath. Now, number 3 is a big step up in space, but still much cheaper than many fully finished luxury vans. At number 3, the Wayfarer Walter. This is the pick for seniors who want a real high-roof van without paying full Class B money. The Walter kit is designed for the Ram ProMaster 36-inch wheelbase, and Wayfarer lists an approximate new van price around $53,000, a conversion price of $22,500, and a complete van plus conversion estimate around $75,500. The kit includes things like a bed platform, mattress, galley, fold-down leaf, lagun table, cubby, and boot box. That is still a lot of money, but compared to a factory camper van that can run well over $140,000, it is a different conversation. The senior-friendly part is the van itself. The Ram ProMaster has front-wheel drive, a wide body, and a lower load floor than some big vans. That can make stepping in and moving around feel easier than taller, truckier options. And because this is a 136-inch wheelbase van, it is not as long as the big extended rigs. That matters. A lot of seniors do not want a van that feels like a bus. They want something they can drive to a campground, park at a grocery store, and turn around without raising their blood pressure. The Walter is also nice because it keeps the layout simple. You are not managing a complicated wet bath, black tank, and 5 different control panels. But that is also the downside. This is not the best choice if you need an indoor shower or a proper RV bathroom. You can add portable toilet solutions, power upgrades, refrigeration, and accessories, but the base appeal is simple modular camping. So who should buy it? A senior who wants standing room, a real bed, a practical kitchen setup, and a newer van platform, but does not want the price or complexity of a full Class B. If your priority is simplicity, this is one of the smartest, cheaper camper van routes. But if your priority is a real bathroom, number 2 starts to make more sense. At number 2, the Winnebago Solis Pocket. Now we are into actual factory Class B camper van territory. And yes, it is expensive compared to a minivan kit. But in the world of new Class B vans, the Solis Pocket is one of the more affordable, more compact, and more recognizable choices. Winnebago calls the Solis Pocket its most affordable camper van, with the 36A starting at $143,475 and the 36B showing a $152,105 starting price. The 36B is 17 feet 10 inches long, has a 6 foot 3 inch interior. Height, 20-gallon fresh water tank, 24-gallon fuel capacity, and a 5.5-gallon cassette toilet capacity. For seniors, the Solis Pocket has a few big advantages. First, it is short. At under 18 feet, it is much easier to live with than a long Class C motorhome or a massive extended van. Second, it is from Winnebago, which means you are buying from a familiar RV brand with a dealer network and lots of owner information out there. Third, 36B floor plan gives you more real bathroom function than a basic camping van, including a shower, removable cassette toilet, sink, and medicine cabinet. That is a big deal for older travelers, because as fun as rowing it sounds, having bathroom access at night can completely change the experience. The Solis Pocket is best for seniors who want a compact factory van, travel as a couple, or solo, and want a real RV warranty and support structure instead of piecing together a DIY build. But there are downsides. The bed setup may not be ideal for everyone. The space is still tight. Dealer pricing, fees, and availability can vary. And while this is affordable by Class B standards, it is not cheap in normal person terms. So the Solis Pocket makes sense if you want a compact name-brand van and are willing to pay more for factory integration. But number 1 edges it out because it gives seniors one of the most complete small van packages in a very manageable size. At number 1, the Jayco Comet 18C. This is the one I would look at first if the goal is a senior-friendly compact camper van that still feels like a real RV. The Comet is just under 17 feet 10 inches long, sleeps 2, seatbelts 4, and Jayco says it is designed to be compact and easy to navigate while still offering a full-service camping experience. It includes a rear wet bath with a cassette toilet and flip-down sink, plus a kitchen with microwave, refrigerator, sink, and portable induction cooktop. That layout matters. For seniors, the ideal cheap camper van is not always the absolute cheapest van. It is the van that avoids the biggest regrets. No bathroom? That can become a regret. Too big to park? That can become a regret. Too many complicated systems? That can become a regret. A bed that is hard to climb into? That can become a regret fast. The Jayco Comet gives you a small footprint, a real bathroom, usable seating, a simple kitchen, and a familiar Ram ProMaster platform. It also has details that make daily travel easier, like a passenger swivel seat, adjustable table, 24-gallon gas fuel tank, 9-speed automatic transmission, 3,500-pound rear hitch receiver, running boards, 2,800-watt gas generator, 2,000-watt inverter, and heated holding tanks. That is why it ranks number 1. It is not the cheapest thing on this list. A minivan kit destroys it on price. But for seniors who want a real camper van, not just a bed in a van, this is the best balance. You get a bathroom, you get a manageable size. You get a factory layout, you get room for 2. And you do not have to move into a giant motorhome just to travel comfortably. The downside is still price. New Class B camper vans are expensive, and dealer discounts can vary a lot. You also need to sit in the wet bath, lie on the bed, and check entry height before buying. Do not buy one based only on a brochure. But if I were shopping for a cheap senior-friendly camper van that feels complete without being huge, the Jayco Comet 18C would be my first stop. So those are 5 cheap camper vans for seniors. The Freeway Camper Kit minivan build is the lowest cost way to start if you already own a compatible van. The Recon Camper's ENV is the tiny used pop-top option for people who want garage-friendly simplicity. The Wayfarer Walter gives you a real high-roof ProMaster setup without full luxury Class B pricing. The Winnebago Solace Pocket is the compact name brand Class B with strong factory appeal. And the Jayco Comet 18C takes the top spot because it gives seniors the best mix of manageable size, bathroom access, driving ease, and real RV features. Now I want to hear from you. Would you rather save money with a minivan camper setup or spend more for a real bathroom and factory RV systems? Drop your budget in the comments and tell me what matters most to you. Easy parking, fuel economy, bathroom access, bed comfort, dealer support, or the lowest possible price. If this helped you narrow it down, hit like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.